I am Albedo, Chief Alchemist of the Knights of Favonius. You carry the aura of the stars. Interesting. I would like to study you, if you do not mind. I'm certain we will have many opportunities to be alone in the future.
A genius known as the Craidy Prince, he is the chief alchemist and captain of the investigation team of the Knights of Favonius. Everyone's favorite Mondstadt-based alchemist, Albedo is a reserved yet kind young man who always helps those in need, but he also harbors a dark secret. With the arrival of the Archon quest Paralogism, late video, I know, I thought I'd like to have a recap of Mr. Albedo's backstory and lore. So, I decided to bring y'all with me in creating one. After this video, I'll be making another about Albedo's story quest and his special events. Stay tuned, and enjoy. Appearance. Albedo uses the medium male model.
Emotional damage!
He has big teal eyes, pale skin, and pale blonde hair that is cut just above the shoulders. The front of his hair is pulled back in a thick braid. Albedo wears a mostly white outfit called New Moon Starlight. This outfit is reminiscent of a modern-day lab coat. It has short sleeves, an indigo shirt, hood, gloves, shorts, and thigh-high boots. Woohoo! His outfit is adorned in silver and gold accents and chains. He also wears a sash over his left shoulder and his geovision on his collar. There is a distinct golden star-shaped mark on his throat. He kinda slays, not gonna lie. Even if his in-game model doesn't do his concept art justice. The community has often voiced their displeasure of Albedo's in-game model since his release. The comparison between art and model is, not great. He could look a lot better. Honestly, a couple early game characters could use some model updates. D-Luke also comes to mind, with his bug eyes. Personality. Albedo, an alchemist based in Mondstadt, in the service of the Knights of Favonius. Genius, Craidy Prince, or Captain of the Investigation Team. Such titles and honors are of no consequence to him when there is so much more research to conduct. The pursuit of fortune and connections cannot hold a candle to his heart's desire, acquiring the limitless, obscure knowledge left behind by previous generations of scholars. Description from the official Genshin Impact website. Mr. Albedo is a very reclusive person, but not entirely antisocial. He spends most of his time in Dragonspine, but travels back to Mondstadt frequently to meet with his colleagues. While Albedo does seem to enjoy social interactions and helping others, relationships are stressful for him because of the effort needed to maintain them. A relatable king. Albedo is extremely intelligent, as I'm sure you don't need me to tell you. He even possesses knowledge that the esteemed Sumeru Academia doesn't have access to. The universe is heaven reserved, and the earth is a dream lost to time. This is dust, the most basic form of complex life. Despite all this, Albedo remains a fairly humble man. Albedo's field of research, outside of general alchemy, of course, is anything that interests him. He is headstrong in finding the reasons and answers behind many different things, but once the truth is finally revealed, Albedo's interest is spent. He's left with a bittersweet feeling after his experiments are over and the truth is fleeting. Albedo also enjoys art such as sketching and painting. He'll sometimes use his artistry to assist in his experiments, but he also uses it as a form of relaxation. Very relatable again, Mr. Albedo. He will often sketch various things around Mondstadt, including unsuspecting models. Albedo will even gift his sketches to those he's drawn, believing that the moment of peace should be treasured. Albedo fears that he may lose control and destroy Mondstadt due to his dangerous knowledge of the art of Kaeya. Background. Okay, I'ma just say it. Albedo is a synthetic human, a homunculus. He was created by Rhine-daughter, also known as Gold, a member of the Hexenzirke, and one of the 5 sinners of Conrea. She regards Albedo and Durin, the dragon remains in Dragonspine, as the masterpieces of her primordial human project. Rhine-daughter used the practices of the art of Kaeya to create her children. The next stage after soil is chalk. Chalk is the spotless soil, and was used to make primordial man. The art of Kaeya is a form of alchemy focusing on the creation of life. It was primarily used by the people of Conrea, as the nation was located underground, hidden from Celestia, with minimal life. The art of Kaeya was a major factor in the fall of Conrea during the Cataclysm. The art is the apex achievement of alchemy, and, as far as we know, Rhine-daughter is the only person who has attained this. When the pinnacle of attainment in alchemy is combined with unimaginably vast learning, the apex achievement is the creation of human life. Albedo. The star-shaped mark on Albedo's throat is where Rhine-daughter infused his vessel with life. After Rhine-daughter and Albedo discovered the heart of one of the 4 shades of the heavenly principles, Nabirius, Rhine-daughter touched the heart of Nabirius and promptly disappeared. She left Albedo with a note, a recommendation letter, and a sheet of classical alchemy text. Albedo arrived in Mondstadt with the recommendation letter from Rhine-daughter. The letter was addressed to Klei's mother, Alice. Rhine-daughter had tasked Albedo with finding the truth and meaning of this world as his final assignment. Alice accepted the recommendation and set Albedo up with everything he needed to live and work comfortably in Mondstadt. She got him into the Knights of Favonius. Albedo's work with the Knights took up a mere 5% of his energy expenditure. While this left much room for his experiments, there was a factor Albedo had not considered. Little Miss Klei. "We'll be family from now on. Treat her like a real younger sister," said Alice. The majority of Albedo's remaining energy would be used by toting after Klei and fixing her childlike mistakes. Vision. Gaining a vision came as no great surprise to Albedo. When he received it, he gave it a single glance before continuing to engross himself in his work. He barely felt any wave of emotion at all, as if this was something to be taken for granted. As far as he is concerned, his vision is merely a tool with which he can more conveniently conduct his research. What truly sparks joy within him is turning the unknown into the known. One day, he will understand all there is to know about this world, and visions are no exception. He don't give a fuck. Albedo mostly cares about his vision's ability to function.
My vision? Ah, that's nothing more than a tool to aid in my experiments, no different from a beaker or crucible. The one thing about it that really intrigues me is the principle behind how it works. One day, I will uncover its secrets. It's only a matter of time.
Albedo may be investigating Celestia, and since Celestia destroyed Conrea, it makes sense that Albedo wouldn't exactly appreciate their technology. For Albedo, his vision is simply another piece of laboratory equipment, when he's not using it in combat, of course. Relationships. Albedo is so smart and gentle. He's super nice to me, too. He always plays with the weirdest things, so I love following him around. Klei. Albedo has relationships with many characters, mostly those from Mondstadt. He's known by most there as the smart, mysterious, cool-headed captain of the investigation team of the Knights of Favonius. The Traveler. The Traveler is one of the few people who have actually grown close with Albedo. They've spent a good amount of time together in both story quests and events. Albedo feels secure in confiding with the Traveler as they are both not of this world. The Traveler is aware of Albedo's status as a synthetic human. The alchemist wishes to study the Traveler.
You carry the aura of the stars. Interesting. I would like to study you, if you do not mind. I'm certain we will have many opportunities to be alone in the future.
Thus, Albedo has even directly asked the Traveler to visit him in several birthday letters. These ordinary days may turn into something different because of interesting people like you. As usual, I will prepare the refreshments. I look forward to seeing you. Should you have time to come for one such gathering, we will be able to add a few more brushstrokes to the painting called You and I. We painted them together. He's down bad. Klee. Albedo regards little Klee as his younger sister. He cares for her very deeply, and vice versa. He totes after her and babysits frequently. Albedo has said before that he actually prefers to interact with children and finds them less taxing to be around compared to adults. He expresses his gratitude that Klee is nowhere near as destructive as her mother, Alice. Rhine-daughter. Albedo thinks of Rhine-daughter as his mother and, obviously, creator. She is very special to him as she is his only kin. Rhine-daughter was a cold and strict woman who raised him and taught him the secrets of alchemy. The universe is the dark essence of the true starry sky, and the earth is the accumulated memories of time and lives. The chalk, that is you. The earth is where alchemy gets its name, and is the basis of all life. And this is new birth. I hope this isn't just wishful thinking, but when parents speak to their children about the meaning of this world, surely they just mean the pursuit of a happy life? Alice. Albedo regards Alice as family, but when asked to call her mother, he instead thinks of Rhine-daughter. Albedo refers to Alice as aunt, as in respectable older woman. Alice trusts Albedo well enough to entrust Klee to him. Sucrose. Sucrose is Albedo's trusty assistant. He confides in her, and she considers him a superior.
Talent? Let's hypothesize that he and I were to perform the same research. I'd still spend my whole life playing catch-up. But my studying bioalchemy has nothing to do with evading his line of research. We just happen to have different interests and dreams. Nothing more.
Albedo cares for Sucrose and notices her well-being, even forcing her to take a 7-day vacation once after noticing that she was tired. Jean. Albedo considers Jean to be a greater Grandmaster than Varka.
Jean. She has served exceptionally well as acting Grandmaster. One can even say she is more reliable than Grandmaster Varka. Perhaps in our hearts, we all eagerly await the day she can become the official Grandmaster herself.
They are capable of taking care of Klee together, along with the rest of the Knights of Favonius. Kaeya. Albedo claims he can draw Kaeya with 3 pencil strokes. 1 for the face, 1 for the eye patch string, and 1 for the eye patch.
The time required to sketch portraits closely correlates with one's mood. I could spend half a day sketching Huffman, while I might only need 3 strokes of the pencil to sketch Kaeya. 1 for the face, 1 for the eye patch string, and 1 for the eye patch.
That's really the only reason why I even brought Kaeya up. But they seem to have an understanding of caring for Klee together, so that's nice. Lisa. Albedo fails to understand why Lisa works as a librarian when her skill could be used for much, much more. This sincerely disappoints him. Rosaria. Rosaria doesn't trust Albedo, but she finds him intriguing.
He's like an oil painting you find hanging on the wall in some ancient hall. Profound, mysterious, hard to see through. But what can I say? I find people with stories interesting.
Albedo himself seems fine with Rosaria, as he even picks fun at her for her affinity for cute, small animals. Venti. Venti is aware of Albedo's status as a synthetic human, and Albedo is aware of Venti's status as an Archon. Venti is also aware of the danger Albedo harnesses.
How do you explain white chalk in black soil, or the Earth's dense crust amidst the emptiness of space? Same reason the purest soil gave birth to human life. It's an ancient power with unmistakable properties. Trying to harness it is dangerous indeed. I can't imagine what would happen if someone lost control of it in the city. Never mind. What goes on within Mondstadt's walls is up to Mondstadt's people to deal with.
Oop. Oop. That is the god of freedom for you. Shinkyu. Albedo is Shinkyu's illustrator for his novel A Legend of Sword. Albedo uses the pen name Calx for his work. The two seem to highly regard each other as friends.
Oh, Shinkyo. I find his written works quite interesting. The Yae publishing house in Inazuma has been asking that I cooperate with a different author for greater royalties. Do I seem the type to be swayed by a few extra mora?
A man of integrity, indeed. The two met during the Irodori festival in Inazuma. Mona. Albedo is apparently friends with Mona, and the two plus Klee sometimes meet up for dinner. For Mona, of course, the dinner is free. The two also exchange pointers and theories. Barbara. Albedo believes Barbara is a very earnest deaconess. He once sketched her portrait and gave it to Jean. That freak, Albert, put a bid on it, but Albedo protected Barbara and rejected his offer. Sino and Tainari. Albedo considers both of these Sumeru boys to be his friends. They met during the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, where Albedo shocked everyone by revealing he finds Sino's jokes to be fun. Him and Tainari also bonded over botany. Albedo Trivia. Hehe. Albedo's birthday is September 13th. Albedo can play the lyre simply by ear despite having no formal education in playing instruments. Albedo may have a brother who is a unicorn. Cinnabar Spindle description. Separate the dust in the flames with joy and extract the exquisite from the crude. For all in the universe comes from a single source, and all things may be derived from a single thought. You must pursue that which your elder brother, the one-horned white horse, could not accomplish. Reach the far side of philosophy and create a new destiny for myself and your brothers. Rhine-daughter to Albedo. Perhaps this white horse was a failed creation, or even just a metaphor. Who knows? It's magical, though. Following the logic that all of Rhine-daughter's creations could be considered Albedo's siblings, then the Rift Wolves are also his brothers and sisters. During version 1.2, The Chalk Prince and the Dragon, players noticed Albedo didn't breathe in Dragonspine like every other character did. This turned out to be a bug and was later fixed. Albedo has been to many places across Teyvat, including Liyue, Inazuma, and the Golden Apple Archipelago. It is likely he's been to more nations outside of the storyline. Albedo is one of 2 5-star characters who haven't wielded a 5-star weapon during character trials, the other being Chi-Chi. Albedo is one of 3 characters who have used flagship event exclusive weapons in character trials, He has been presented using both the Festering Desire from 1.2 and the Cinnabar Spindle from 2.3, the other two being Shangyun and Chiori. Albedo's favorite foods are desserts.
I really do enjoy having dessert. How can I put it? When both physical and mental capacity are spent, high-energy materials further provide a kind of primordial, highly effective boost.
I think he just doesn't want to admit that he has a sweet tooth. Albedo is a term used in alchemy meaning one of the 4 major stages of the magnum opus, involving purification of the prima materia, borrowed from Latin. The prima materia is the first matter, a primitive formless base for all matter. The magnum opus is a term for the process of working with the prima materia to create the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone is a mythical substance capable of turning base metals into gold or silver. Alchemists also believed it could create an elixir of immortality. Albedo is Latin for white or whiteness. Albedo's Ascension voiceovers reference the original process philosophy of alchemy. Negredo, blackening, albedo, whitening, citrinitas, yellowing, and rubedo, reddening. However, it seems Albedo's alchemical process is different from real-life tradition. Interestingly, in Genshin, the order is Negredo, Albedo, Rubedo, and Citrinitas. Conrea historically seeks gold as opposed to our red. Albedo's title, Kreideprinz, means chalk prince in German. Albedo's constellation, Princeps Cretaceous, is Latin for chalk prince. Albedo's level 2 and 5 constellations are called Opening of the Phanerozoic and Tide of Hadean. These are references to real-life geological eons. The Phanerozoic eon spans from 541 million years ago to present time, while the Hadean eons spanned from 4.6 billion years ago to 4 billion years ago. He also refers to these eons in his elemental burst, but only in the Chinese, Korean, and Japanese voiceovers.
Albedo is the step in which change begins, clearing away the excess so we can take on all the knowledge that is available. Would you like to investigate this world with me?
So that was my recap of Albedo's backstory. I hope you enjoyed it, and if any Albedo enjoyers want to throw in their 2 cents, let me know in the comments if I missed anything important in his background, or just anything you'd like to add. I haven't done a video like this in a while. My last one was for Collei when Sumeru was first released, so I hope you enjoyed. Like I said earlier, I'm going to make more videos about Albedo, because Hoyoverse absolutely loves this guy. His story quest, Princeps Cretaceous, chapter, The Chalk Prince and the Dragon, Shadows Amidst Snowstorms. These are all quests and events that I plan to cover soon. I will see you then.
There's just never enough time, is there? Even when I remove the most troublesome matters from my schedule, I still can't find enough time for everything.